Howdy y'all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. We are less than 1 month away from James Gunn's Superman, a James Gunn movie starring James Gunn's chosen actor for Superman. I want to say James Gunn one more time. This movie needs to be the biggest of all time to be successful. It needs to break all kinds of records. It needs to dominate the summer box office in order to be a success, because let's remember, we've reviewed this, we've covered this, we've talked about it. When all the numbers are put in, when you account for James Gunn's lying, and you know the real numbers, this movie costs, with marketing, upwards of $500 to $600 million. It needs over $1 billion to sniff at break even, and it will likely not get that unless it is the greatest movie of all time. And right now, the tracking is not looking so hot, if you ask me. James Gunn's Superman, of course they have to call it James Gunn Superman too, because it is James Gunn Superman, it's nobody else's. James Gunn Superman tracking for 135 million US box office opening. However, others suggest it could be 90 to 120. Ooh, let's read about the numbers and then I'll share my commentary. If that forecast is right, Superman would land high up on the DC list openings, although it would lag behind the 166 million domestic debut of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, not adjusted for inflation. At the same time, it would come in safely ahead of the last solo Superman movie, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, at 116 million. I have a feeling it will get ahead of Man of Steel. 116 is not a lot to, it's not a big mountain to climb over, especially with the amount of expectations this movie has. Opinion, however, is sharply divided as to just how high Superman can fly. The 135 stat is from leading tracking service, the National Research Group, according to sources with access to the data. NRG always provides a range in addition to a solo number. In this case, the range for Superman's domestic opening is 125 to 145. Tracking is hardly a science, and projections have been notably off in a number of instances from all the services. To that end, insiders at DC Studios and Warner are being more conservative in suggesting 90 to 125, although anything less than 100 million might be seen as a blemish. It would be a flop and a failure. This movie's gonna fail no matter what. It will not make over $1 billion. It won't. On the opposite end of the spectrum, some box office experts who monitor social metrics speculate that Superman could open as much as 175 million, which would supplant BVS as DC's biggest opening. As of now, the next two biggest openings belong to Nolan's final two Batman movies, blah 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 blah. Okay, here's the deal. If this thing opens anywhere less than 150 million, that's not good domestic, because this thing needs to have a combined worldwide opening of over $300 million. It has to have that to even sniff at a break even around $1.2 billion. Because I suspect it's going to come in somewhere between, I would say, the 100 and the 135. That's where I think it's going to land. And I think worldwide numbers, international numbers, it's probably going to be also around between 150, 185. So it's going to come in close or just at 300 million, and it has a chance. But here's the problem. As I said a moment ago, this movie cost over $400 million to make. You add in marketing and other stuff they've been doing, we're looking at almost $600 million. There is no way, shape, or form this movie makes true profit. And it needs to be not only a financial success, but it also needs to be a fan success. And this movie, let's be honest, has not really got the people going, I want to fly. No, it's got people going, eh. Every single trailer has been, eh. The stands, they're slurping it up. They'll suck it down all day long. But the normies, the true hardcore fans, they're going, eh, or not paying attention. People don't want to see Superman beat up. They want to see Superman soaring, Superman saving people. They want to see Superman being Superman. But what we've gotten, from recently released clips to every single trailer, the picture we've been presented with from James Gunn is a Superman, in his own words, who is beatable. From his interview from Rolling Stone, there are things that I know I don't explain, that I don't even want to say out loud, but I wanted Superman to be vulnerable. Who can be beat up, who is not really Superman, who has too much emotion. And I don't want to hear, what are you, a fake fan who doesn't understand Superman always had emotion? No, I'm an actual fan. I've been reading, watching Superman for a good portion of my life. Not recently, but way back in the day, a little bit of comics, a little bit here and there. And of course, the Paul Dini, Bruce Timm-verse. I've got The Adventures of Superman. I've got Justice League right there on the shelf behind me. And I watch it. That Superman is a great portrayal of Superman. He's not overly emotional. It's a perfect balance of corn-fed Kansas farm boy humor with a little bit of dad humor in there, but the right amount of I'm in control, but I will get passionate over the things I care about. Not, I'm doing the best I can, people are gonna die! That kind of stuff that David Cornswallet is gonna present us with in this iteration presented by James Gunn. With the news of this thing tracking low, there's a general real lack of enthusiasm from the general public. Stands, they're happy, but they're stands. They're morons. They have smooth brains and lick windows. Real people are not excited for this because the marketing has not been exciting. The discussions have not been exciting. It's been controversy and criticism. That moves not the needle when it comes to normies. Normies want turn your brain off, easy access, not have to think too hard. But no, what they've been presented with is a Superman who gets beat up, cries a lot, and whines like a little baby bitch. This movie is going to be a disaster. I feel safe saying that. And if I'm wrong in the end, then so be it. I'll admit I'm wrong. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good about predicting James Gunn's Superman will not fly, take off. It will crash and burn because it ain't faster than a speeding bullet. All right, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to me right here on YouTube, or hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about fake fan Stan and SJW Fifis. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.